Amazon is adding a new series recap feature to their Kindles. Now, it's not available on Kindle for iOS yet, but readers will be able to take advantage of an optional recap feature that allows them to catch up on the series details before they're starting book 2 or 3. Amazon says they're using Gen AI tech and Amazon moderators to create the recap. There seems to be a little bit of a snag as to whether Amazon actually has the rights to create a product from an author's work for the benefit of their platform. There hasn't been a response on whether that is kosher yet. Um, but Thomas, what do you think about having an AI generated series recap that would potentially inform a reader before, or just update a reader on a series they haven't
Right.
touched in a while?
So I have a couple thoughts on this. One, first off, I'm not a lawyer, but an AI generated recap sounds to me like what would be called a derivative work. So copyright law protects your rights to intellectual property, but also protects your rights to derivative works. So if you write a story about Conan the Barbarian, nobody else can write a story about Conan the Barbarian without getting your permission if you're the creator of the character Conan, because it would be a
Right.
derivative work. So it seems to me that publishing this on the website attached to the book could be a derivative work. So likely what they will do is force authors to opt into it. And there's a lot of ways, sneaky ways. The
Yeah.
easiest way is just to hide checkboxes everywhere. Um, I experienced this. I recently got a new iPhone, and I don't like using Hey Siri. I don't like my phone listening to me all the time. And while I was setting up the new iPhone, I was specifically looking for the option to disable Hey Siri, and it slipped right past me, and I was looking for it. And so I opted in to my phone listening to me all the time, when in reality I don't want that. And so I had to go into the settings and find it. It's like, I don't want it listening to me all the time. There's a special button on the iPhone to talk to Siri if I want to talk to Siri. So likely they'll get around the legal issues by requiring an opt-in. So the next question is, what will the impact be on authors? Because I could see some authors being concerned somebody will just jump straight to a later book in the series and rely on the AI summary to get them up to speed.
Mm,
AI is getting really good at summary, but
yeah.
it's not going to be as good as reading the original book.
That could
So
be something that YouTube influencers and reviewers in particular might try to take advantage of. It would be a good tool for them too if they're like reading a current book that came out in the series, and then they can update themselves in the context through this tool. But really, all the best books already have these in the front. The author creates them and puts them in the book already.
not the
So
books I read. I mean, some of them do, but a lot of them don't have a summary. I will say one area where I think this could be really beneficial is for authors who are writing a series and readers who are reading the series in real time. So this is kind of annoying for somebody who's binging a series that's been already created. But if it's been 2 years since I read the last Dresden book, I kind of want an update or a
right.
summary of what happened in the last book. Now, for books that I really like when the next Dresden Files comes out, I'll probably
Right.
go back and reread the last Dresden Files to get me up to speed. But so I think it could help in that way. I hope there's an easy way to skip it. I think in general, this will be a net benefit for authors.
Okay. Going along with that, Amazon has put a new feature in place where pre-orders will have a read sample option on Amazon. So now, when you put a book up for pre-order on Amazon, readers will actually have the opportunity to read a sample that you put on there, as opposed to uh, the well, you couldn't put it on a pre-order page before. You had to wait till the book actually went live, then you could read a sample, which was always odd to me. So, how do you think that's going to benefit authors? Some benefits that I'm seeing is if you're a debut author and you want people to, get a free snapshot of your work before your book actually comes out. Now they're going to have that opportunity to do that.
Um, so this is going to break a technique that a lot of authors use, which is uploading a really terrible version of their book
Right.
just to unlock the pre-order window.
Yeah.
And now depending on how they set it up, where if it's opt in or opt out, or if it's always there. If it's always there, you really aren't going to want to do that. You're not going to want to upload a rough draft of your book to start the pre-order process, because now people are reading the version of your book that's not the real version, and it's not your best foot forward. Going
So
back to let's go to Jana's comment.
yeah, so Jana had a good question going back to the AI generated recap. What happens if the recap is inaccurate and readers decide not to read the other books based on this dumb summary? I've seen AI get things like this really wrong or just wrong enough. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trust this thing, but I think readers are also going to know that, because if they see this tool get it wrong enough times, nobody's going to listen to it.
And likely what they'll do is they'll build a feedback mechanism into it, where you can correct it. So Rufus, which is Amazon's AI that will summarize reviews, it's got a button right there where you can like complain about it. And
Yeah.
so this is actually a tip. So we're getting into the tips part. Check your Amazon pages for your book. Check your Kindle, make sure you own a Kindle. Check the Kindle summaries, and if there is an issue, go in and complain, and it will update and fix itself.
Yeah, the review summary thing that they put onto some people's pages, if you have enough reviews, it will generate an AI summary of your reviews. I think it also lets you be like, is this helpful or is this not? There is a feedback option available
Okay.
on that tool. So they'll probably enact something similar to that.